Hello, guys, and welcome to another episode of the MonsterZ Etheria podcast. So, before we begin, I made a mistake last type involving the typings. I called some typings fan made, and here I think I have a list of the current typings that will be in Monsters of Etheria. So, first typing, which will be the swap out for normal, is basic. And then we have fire, water, electric, grass, ice, fighting, poison. Ground will be swapped out by Terra. We have wind, which will, I'm guessing, be swapped out by flying. You have psychic, bug, ghost, dragon, dark. Metal will swap out steel. Then you have light, cosmic, and aether. Alright, so those are the current typings that are in Monsters of Etheria. Alright, so let's move on to fan-made monsters. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. So, you know those two ghost dinosaur dragon things that I featured? And how I called them rivals? That's wrong. So the one in the red paper, he mutates into the one in the purple paper, right? My mistake but now I clarified it. All right, so first up in the Monsters of Etheria's fan suggestion monsters is a full mutation line, which includes 3 monsters, and this one is made by Lord Shennington. My bad if I butchered your name. Alright, so the first monster is Gilbot. And it's... just imagine this being a Star Wars, service droid in which it's hovering over its flame and repairing your pod racer and things like that. I don't know if it actually, repairs things, but it seems like a standard, basic droid. And it is a pure metal type. Alright. And that mutates into Gyro Droid, which pretty much is a bigger form of Gilbot, but it has 2 arms now, and it has a definite head. And it's not really, it more looks like it's a heavy lifter or load droid that would carry things around. Or it could be like a sentry or patrol droid, something around that concept or mind. And then the final mutation is Gilgatron, and it is also a pure metal type. And a little known fact: so the Gilgatrons can hover due to the strange crystals that have formed around the bottom of the torso. So that, depending on if you're looking at the exotic or the normal, the giant green or red thing, okay? Okay? As you can see, it has a nice little heart. Heart reminds me a lot of the Undertale heart for some reason. And it has what appears to be Gatling guns for arms. Who knows if those are actually Gatling guns? I don't know. If those aren't Gatling guns, I can see it being a hand, and the bright green one being a little, thumb. And as we look through the exotics, it sort of reminds me of, the shiny Charizard color scheme, in which the shiny Charmander evolution line color scheme, in which the first 2, for Charmander and Charmeleon, their shiny forms were orange, like a light orange. And then for Charizard, it was black. And this mutation line follows that similar pattern, in which for the first 2 exotics, they're a light orange. And for the 3rd mutation, it's black. Alright. Next on the list, we have hold on, I got some of my. We have Korganux, and this one is made by uh hold on. This one is made by Bluefire, and it is fire slash poison. Okay, okay. And Korganux is based off a fox, a corgi, which is like a type of dog, a cat, and a bunny. I'm being told that there might be a possible evolution, a third evolution or mutation for Korganux, which would be based around the Japanese. If hopefully I'm not butchering this, Kitsune or all right. So Korganux has a poisonous flame as its tail. This monster has an invisible cloud of poison around it that may faint untrusted enemies. And it would make sense if it had the ability to poison its enemy whenever it gets hit by a physical attack. However, when it touches someone enough, it will make its poison gas disappear. The Korganux is also pretty fast and is quite bulky, although its attacks are pretty weak. You know, good stuff. I like the what's that considered? The inner what's the I guess under fur. I don't know if that's what it's called, but that's what my favorite part about this is. How maybe it's because of this actually has shading in it. Hold on, this is amazing. There's actual shading in this monster. Like you took the time to shade. Wow, good job. That's spicy monster. Bravo. So, and all right, now I'm a little confused though because is there like a glow coming from there has to be some type of glowing on the side that like I don't know what's there. Maybe there's a giant crystal or something. Because if you notice on I guess this is the right side of Korganux, there's a tint of green going through it, which I'm guessing there's like an energy symbol or something. But look at the eyes. The eyes are really cool. I like that little color pattern with, I'm just gonna call it hot pink and like lime green, I guess, for the eyes, and that's also the same color pattern that they use for the fire on the tail. Oh no, this is actually a really, really good looking monster. Alright, and Korganux mutates into Corgier, and it's pretty much a bigger fox. And shout out, hold on, a premature shout out to Mash, because I probably wouldn't have known resembled this part of the monster to what I'm about to reference if it wasn't for Mash. I'll talk about that later on. But for Corgier, above the eyes, I guess these are eyebrows, but they're like little spirit balls, I guess. And it reminds me a lot of like Yokai Watch, how several of the Yans or the cat spirits have like little spirit eyeball thingies, the spirit orb things. I don't know what to describe them as, but and then it has a much bigger flame, and it looks like it'd be a lot faster. I'm not sure. Apparently, it does get stronger, but I don't know by how much it would get stronger by. All right, and our last monster we are going to feature on this is called. Well, let me try. So it's made by I'm gonna butcher your name so bad. SneezyReus. SneezyReus. Hope I didn't butcher it. All right. And these don't actually have names, but they're based off ghost peppers. The set that I've chosen is the red and purple, although SneezyReus has made a green one and I think a brown one of this. But yeah, I like the purple one the best. So their typing is Ghost and Grass, and it has an ability that gives grass type moves a 30% chance to burn an opponent. And so just the first form, which I'm guessing is the smaller form. Just let's just take a moment to look at it. It looks like it wants to. It's either R. It's all right. So disclaimer: suicide is not a joke. Let's not joke about suicide. All right. Now that disclaimer's over, it looks like it was a victim of suicide. In which case, it means it looks like it killed itself. And now, because it doesn't look like it was to do anything, and I'm trying really hard not to laugh because I know suicide's not funny, but yeah, it looks like it just killed itself and it doesn't want to be there anymore. And then it mutates into Big O Mouth O Boyo from well, let's not call it that, but it mutates into a big ghost pepper, and you know, I I I don't know if those are like I might have been looking at this wrong. It looks like it's I guess I don't know if I really don't know if like so you see where the eyes are for the second one, how there's that red thing underneath. How I've been looking at it, I thought those were the eyelids. I mean, not the eyelids, the eyeballs themselves, and I was just looking up for some reason. And now that I think about it, I think that the gray parts are the eyeballs or the eyes, and that's just looking at you with an evil glare. Man, I've been looking at this thing all wrong. Like the way it's been looking is all wrong now. But I really do like the color scheme for the purple. It reminds me a lot of my my avatar. If you haven't looked at it lately, but yeah, reminds me a lot of that. All right. Anyways, before we transition over, I would like. I guess I'm gonna make a request. I really want to see a monster that when it mutates, it actually gets smaller. Because, you know, all these mutations nowadays, like, oh yeah, I get all big and powerful. Well, like, can we see one that gets smaller and powerful? Like, more powerful? Like, I'm not saying, not everything needs to get bigger to get stronger. Maybe you find you're, like, all big and strong, and then you find your inner peace, and you don't need to get like big to get strong. You just need to be able to depend on yourself. You know, that might be nice to have to see. All right, let's move forward. And there is a person that I would like to mention or give a special shout out that was a little upset that they didn't get a shout out in the one PFE rip discussion. Alright. So that person is Mash or Bob, as some of you new people might know him as. And there's a reason why I mentioned him earlier. So like I remember I guess a fun little story. So I remember I forget what game we were talking about at first, but then no, it was the one Yokai Watch game when it first came out, and they were talking about codes, and I ended up getting into it with Mash over like the codes in the Yokai Watch game, because so the background information, you need items and whatnot to improve your monsters and coins to like not monsters, your yokais. To improve your yokais, and then you need to like level them up and whatnot and things like that, and you got to fight other yokais. Really neat games. Just try them out if you have the opportunity. Anyways, so since technically I'm not gonna try to restart this thing. So technically they were talking about the codes. And I was like, so they're cheat codes. So yeah, technically you're using cheat codes since they give you an advantage in the game. And then we got into an argument about that and whatnot. Good old times. It's behind us now. I ended up playing that same Yokai Watch game and using a good chunk of those codes to do some stuff and whatnot. And I guess it's somewhat ironic that I ended up using it. I criticize them for using cheat codes when I use cheat codes myself. But Mash has been pretty neat. He's been making fun of me though because I have no money. All right, that's not cool. I'm not that poor. All right, hop off, man. I don't get paid. Poe doesn't pay me. YouTube won't let me get monetized anymore. So like, how I don't got a job really because I've been focusing. Alright, so I've been focusing a lot on my education. So I don't want to get a job. I want to get a career. There's a difference in my opinion. A job is something you have just to get money. A career is something you do for the rest of your life. Alright. For those that, what's the difference between Alright, I'm not getting into that anyways. Match has been really cool, and if I would have thought about it when I was making, actually, that's not true. I'm gonna be honest. I did think of Mash when I made the PFE podcast memorial, and on all honesty, I think I mentioned him, but not by name. I think the line was, there's a staff member that I've not always gotten along with, but I still respect them. And that person was Mash. I don't always get along with Mash, but yeah, I think he's a pretty cool guy. Okay. Spoiler alert, since well, I guess no spoiler. Remember when I did I was doing that list thing, and I stopped for like the PFE models. Mash actually made my favorite model of all time, the Mega Lucario model, and it still is my favorite model to this date. So good job there. I think because I do honestly think Mash is one of the best builders in the staff. Okay. I guess I'm gonna wrap that up here. We're not gonna do lore this time. No, or we'll do some lore. All right. Once upon a time, there was a spooky ghost, and his name was Casper. Guess what, kids? Casper had to die. Wanna know why? Because he's a ghost. To become a ghost, you have to die. That's how things work, okay? Anyways, see ya. Wait, no. How to do? Hold on. Before I get into the outro, I forgot to mention. So, Poe plans on adding the last 3 monsters this week. So, he wants to do some touch-ups on like the animations and whatnot, and I guess the scripts and things like that. So, hopefully, around the end of October, we might have Monsters of Etheria released, and I'll make sure that after the first podcast episode after the game is released, that I will update the logo for those of me that wants to update it. Oh, and I'll be able to cover a lot more since we actually will have a game. Alright, let's get back to the outro. Alright, hope you guys liked. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. Share this video with your friends. Leave a comment on what you think will happen in your future, I guess, Tell me how your day was, okay? And I'll respond to the first 24-hour comments. Yeah, I'll respond to the first 24-hour comments. Not right away, because by the time I upload this video, I'll probably be asleep. Because, I'm a big sleep kid, okay? Anyways, I'll see you guys. Oh, yeah, make sure to hit that bell. Because, not everyone always gets these in their feeds, so make sure you do that. Anyways, see you in the next podcast episode. Ciao.